Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great. And welcome to this new video here on Ethereum. Wanted to do a bit of an update. I know quite a lot of you are interested in Ethereum and its price action. For me, not much has changed regarding the structure, but we'll still do a quick rundown of the current structure here and what the possibilities are. And then we'll talk about some updates, because there are some updates, and I think there's some new things happening that you need to be aware of. So that's what we'll talk about as well, but for now, let's get right into it. Fundamentally, there's not much we need to talk about regarding Ethereum. I mean, the TVL has obviously since the start of this year been in a downtrend, but that is also very, very correlated to the price of Ethereum, right? A lot of this value that's locked on Ethereum is in ETH. And then DEX trading volumes, we had a pretty major slump here during the middle of March, but since then, especially at the beginning of April, DEX trading volumes were quite high. They're stabilized, I'd say. Ultimately, I mean, if you're going to zoom out to the yearly time frame, I'd say this is a downtrend, but we're still at the same levels as we also were in the summer of last year, which I guess, if you think about it, it's not that good, all right? Summers are usually more quiet, so if we're already at those volume levels right now, that's a bad sign for Ethereum. But that's also, I mean, I'm not saying anything you don't know. ETH BTC is also at support right now, but still in a major downtrend, so we can expect a breakdown from that as well. It's just not looking that great. And then technically, and we've spoken about this in the last video as well, some bearish pressure right here after the stock markets dropped down a bit, but also in line with what Bitcoin is doing. What we talked about before, if you zoom all the way out, is that, you know, Ethereum right now is actually fairly balanced, right? We actually do have some balance in this consolidation range right here between 1660 and then 1500. But we ultimately want to get back either into this balance here to the upside at 1900, or we want to grab liquidity or just in general demand right here from around 1200, which historically is a pretty major support level, as you can see right here. And then the main problem is that, you know, if I would have to make a choice between either getting up to that balance to the upside or getting back to that balance to the downside, look, I think both are possible. And I've said that last time as well. I'm fairly 50-50 on Ethereum, and I think Ethereum also depends a lot on Bitcoin. Obviously, it's underperforming Bitcoin right now, but it still matters, and a strong Bitcoin will still help Ethereum. And that's all very reliant on outside, on external fundamental factors. So it's not really in the hands of Ethereum. And that's perhaps also slightly why I expect that drop down into the bottom. Because Ethereum doesn't have that independent strength in the crypto markets, at least not right now. I mean, maybe if staking for the Ethereum ETF gets allowed, that could be a possibility why we could actually have some bullish momentum fundamentally, and that we could outperform Bitcoin, but there's no sign of that right now. Open interest is also, as you can see right here, in a moment. Yeah, open interest is also getting out of the price very, very quickly. There just isn't really a sign right now for me to say that, all right, well, that's strength. So that's why I expect us to get up to that next balance up here and basically get a bullish breakout. All right, so therefore, I've spoken about this before. I mean, if we actually do get some sort of a rally in crypto, I think Ethereum can fill those imbalances here towards 1800s. But we would need a lot of strength to also break above that. So I don't expect that. I think it's most likely that we will stay in this balance right here, and that we will fall down lower into that balance. Let's be a little bit conservative, and let's say 1300, 1200. But ultimately we can drop down below 1100 as well. So that's what I still think is most likely for Ethereum. I'll definitely keep you updated on this, of course. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.